coming to you live via the interwebs. You are in fact watching Ben live, your growth hacker. Not sure how, if you need the answer to this question, but I'm glad we found you wherever you are. And if you're curious, where we are, physically, we are coming to you from usually sunny, today sunny, usually sunny, sometimes rainy, St. Augustine, Florida. This is the home office studio. Live here, work here, create content here. And this is kind of the idea for a more modern, prioritized lifestyle. Because it is just that is home, then office, and then studio. And I'd like it if office and studio blended a little bit more, sure. But office is the reason that studio exists, right? So the home office studio. And there's no reason for any of it if it's not first a home. We got to be home first, right? Okay. So, St. Augustine, Florida, for me, right here, right now. And so, obviously, Ben Live, most conveniently, coming to you from St. Augustine, Florida, United States. Usually, if you're asking where is Ben Live, it's 9 a.m. and you're already there, and you're like, where is Ben Live? But in a more physical, real, meat space, grounded way, we're in Florida. The Pacific Northwest is kind of a goal there. Amanda has family there. Most of my immediate family lives in Marysville. You'll see I wear the Marysville shirt. It's in Washington State. So, kind of an overall goal to eventually relocate, just to be closer to family, because that's a priority for us. And that's, my mother and my father live in Washington, and so I'd like to live in Washington too. I think that's reasonable. I think that's a reasonable aspiration. So at some point, the overall home office studio relocation will have to be worked in, and it's going to be somewhere in the Pacific Northwest, somewhere there's family in somewhere in Oregon, and family in Marysville. But that's where we're looking at, somewhere probably similar demographic to where we are. But so when we talk about local, we really mean community-based. Kind of, I have a local community here, and these are friendships and relationships that I hope will, persevere through any sort of physical relocation, thanks to the robot space. And finding us on the robot space is really easy worldwide. Because if you're trying to, find us in the meat space, then you're kind of more dependent on the occasional Ben Live guerrilla marketing campaign where I just show up and I jump around to get my brand in front of your face a whole bunch, and you're just like, what is this crazy person doing? Well, growth hacking is what he's doing, but having fun. Easier to find us in the robot space. benlive.tv. That is the domain. That is the persistent one. Doesn't matter what device, how you get to it. You know what the internet is. Go to the browser, put in benlive.tv. That is an HTTPS : if you really need it. It is a secure link. But that is the HTML5 boilerplate minimum viable product for us right now in the domain. And it is just delivering a somewhat responsive. We had an embed with some intro videos for a while there, but right now it's just right to the live feed right there on the main page. Links to live feeds, subscribe, a couple of socials on there, a few socials. Just basic needs from the domain right now. But that's where you're going to see the ongoing enhancement really start to unfold here, because that's my focus on the technology side right now. I mean, that's where my most immediate value can be added, and so I'm going to go ahead and add that for this operation, just to show you. But that's going to take some Node stuff. But we're going to see that moving forward. benlive.tv. Stay tuned. YouTube The link for live feed is right there on the main page for a reason. Ideally, you click that because right now the ad monetization through YouTube is the primary driving force for not only for analytics, but to also get a little bit of influx of currency into this operation. There are some other private investment. I've got some silent partner stuff going on there. Things in the work to bring in some things, and obviously everything that I can. So far you see technology upgrades. You can bet that comes out of my pocket. You see a new mount for our periscoping during the live. That was an expenditure out of pocket. I mean, that's so far it's all just out of pocket. There's been $1 and change, rank it up there in the ad revenues, which is not a lot, but it's something, and it gives us a little graph that we can look at. Right now, PayPal contributions and stuff on the domain, that would be awesome. But so we want you to go to the YouTube, so we're there on the robot space. That's like home base right now. Beyond that, we've got Facebook presence. Obviously, a lot of people are on Facebook and engaging with Facebook. It's the major one, so we have a Facebook page there. And if you're friends with Ben McNulty, me, if you're a friend with my personal page, through Facebook, then at this point you've probably seen a Ben Live. But it's facebook.com/Ben Live now. I think generally Ben Live now is what we're going for with those sorts of Ben Lives already taken instances. Google Plus, got to be on the Google Plus for the search results. That's just a necessary part when you're dealing with internet marketing and search engine management. What used to be your search engine optimization, but now it's more of just content stream creation and making sure that you're having relevant discussions and be relevant to discussions. I mean, what are you doing? You should be relevant to some discussions, right? So anyway, Google Plus. Gotta engage with that. And then Sue obviously is the more equitable, monetized, distributed sort of penny stacker there. But it's equitable. That's the main thing. They're not making ad revenue off of our content. They're sharing with us. They're allowing us to have a stake, to have a vested interest in that network, and that's really cool. I like networks that do that. And we talked to that. Unthink earlier, they were one that did that. So I talk a lot about these sorts of alternative revenue streams. And right now, engaging on Sue, there's some alternative revenue there and building an audience there. And, you're welcome to come in. It's Hack Life there. At Hack Life, that's the account you want to join on through there. At Ben Live exists, but honestly, you want at Hack Life. Go ahead and do tsu.co/Hack Life. Go in there and check that out. But if you're already on Sue, just find Hack Life and talk to us there. We're friends with Easy and You Won't and that tree. And so it's good stuff. It's good times. That's a fun environment. So that's the social stuff there. We have a presence in robot space. If you're saying where is Ben Live, I mean, you're already there to one degree. And we're delivering it in some way or another. We've reached you. Wherever you are, we've reached you. Come on into the domain and then go out from there. The YouTube primarily right now, but depending on when you're seeing this in time, the domain might be more of the focus because, after it becomes more of an experience, I'm more interested in the Ben Live experience moving forward than the Ben Live monetization aspect moving forward. Hopefully that side of it's going to take care of itself because, as we offer value, it should speak for itself that the value will, maintain. Self-sustaining. We're looking for self-sustaining resource acquisition models. That's all. Simple stuff, right? So Ben Live is everywhere you take it. Put us out there on the network. We got the Instagrams, we're on the Periscopes, we got the New Gen networks. There's a Snapchat. I still don't really open that up much because it's different for me. I don't know. I feel like an old man, but that's okay, right? I can be an old man. Facebook and Twitter, of course, at Ben McNulty. Keeping the main Twitter just because that's me, at Ben McNulty. Go there. Got to show one. I think there's a at Ben Live Now or something out there, but if you want to follow that and stay tuned for it, maybe that'll happen sometime at some point and whatnots. But for right now, just stick with the main accounts, the personal accounts, or the ones right there. BenLive.tv, YouTube, Facebook, Google+. So Hack Life on Sue. Right? So, you found me. You can find me other places. You like kitties, right? Let's check it on the kitty cam again. Oh, hey, Amanda. Petting some kitties? She likes to... Coming to you live via the interwebs. The 5th video in the 5-part About Ben Live series. I'm Ben Live. I'm Ben Live. I'm Ben McNulty. I'm Ben McNulty. This is Ben Live. Your growth hacker. Obviously this is live, right? Can we roll that back? We can't see. That's the point, right? Okay, so it's honest. Yeah, it's real, and I think that people appreciate authentic media more than ever. And so I'm going to go ahead and leverage existing technology and share that with them. I'm your growth hacker. The broadcast is Ben Live. Why broadcast Ben Live? That's the fun one. That's the one you've been waiting for, right? We kind of touched on it with the what is Ben Live. But why? Why are you doing this, crazy person on the internet? What is motivating you to spend the little bit of time that you have for yourself and your family and, the little bit of time that you afford in life through work? Why broadcast Ben Live? Well, it's kind of a matter of financial necessity. So there's that. And if you've been following along with the series, you understand the hashtag Grow Ben. The second job is improving the first job as a matter of financial necessity. That's just the reality. But it's also a matter of intellectual necessity. Because I want to contribute more. I want to do more. I feel that I have more potential. I have more to offer. I've invested more in my ability to do things with multimedia and digital media technology than what I'm utilizing and what I'm being compensated for. And therefore, the lifestyle that I can afford is I've become a budgeting ninja as a matter of necessity. Okay, I'm very good at operating off of nothing. What you see in the home office studio has thus far been squeaked out. I mean, you even saw we borrowed an Xbox One to do a live video game release night broadcast. That was completely borrowed. I didn't pay for the game, the console, any of that, because that's beyond our ability. Like that luxury spending. I mean, this is somebody I spent $80,000 learning about modern input technology and interaction design, and the cutting edge consoles are beyond my reach financially. And that's just unfortunate for everyone. And I think that, you say, oh, you just want to play video. And it's like, no, the reality is I've studied this stuff and I know this stuff. And the people who know me and communicated with me, you see it right here. I mean, not everybody can just throw together this level of broadcast. And it's been taking months. We've added some things here and there, But with these financial limitations, we're starting and growing something. And the reality is I have to be doing this anyway. I need to improve my personal marketability as a deliverable, my hour as a deliverable. I need to get more value out of that. And so I need to put more value into it. And there has to be more than working until we die. There just has to be more. And I think that through these sorts of creative content outlets, I can justify my resource needs. I can justify my existence. Because apparently we live in a world where you have to justify your access to food, water, and shelter, and information. And that's okay. I believe that I can justify it. I think that I have the chops, both, on my face and figuratively, to justify my minimalist lifestyle. I mean, I've eked out. If I can survive, if I'm here talking to you at the pinnacle of communication technology, for now, I mean, the VR is on its way, but for now, for consumer level communication technology, we're still pretty cutting edge. And I'm doing that on just minimum wage. And that's a pretty tall order. It's taken a lot of previous investments in technology, because there's just no way I couldn't be doing this with what I have now. The little advancements that we've had, mostly out of necessity. Things have broke. The headset broke. I was broadcasting from just a microphone that I had, and it broke, so I had to get a new one. So now we have a nice fancy one. That's how things get fixed here, because we have no choice. So if we really want to grow this and we want to build a sustainable solution, we're going to need to be able to invest more heavily in immediate, like, big picture things, solar powered, cutting out the electric bill, that recurring expense, just cutting it out through these investments. And, obviously, kind of, if you have a blank slate and you can build a house around it, you can do a lot of things economically. And so we're looking into some relocation stuff, and maybe we'll have more consideration and more modern furnishings to work with there. So a sustainable solution is the necessary goal, because we can't do this finite resource consumption, sort of conspicuous consumption, certainly. I mean, I can't afford to do it, but none of us can afford for it to be happening. That's the reality. We don't have the resources to afford it, and we need the resources we have for other more important things. And, so we need to, while there's an economy to acquire resources within, we should go ahead and acquire a whole bunch of resources and build these sustainable models so that we have our needs met. Like, it's Forgotten Genius Productions. Ben Live is not the whole thing here, right? So this is a flexible hub for my life and career, because it has to be. I have to do that. I'm trying to, work remotely, and so this sort of web presence, video presence, audio, multimedia engagement, the screencasting type of thing. This is the stuff that I have to be able to do if I want to advance in my career while still physically stuck here. Without an influx of resources to relocate me, this is what I have to do. And so that's what's happening, right? And so this flexible hub for my life and my career kind of allows all these various networks to connect with me in an ongoing basis. And moving forward, this is really a public engagement role for Forgotten Genius Productions. Because the idea is that there are a lot of people who are similar to me, who have these talents and these creative abilities that are underutilized within our current economy. And I want to be the outlet for them. I want to be the opportunity for them, I want the 24-hour content stream. That's what we're building. We have the kitties filling in when I'm not broadcasting here or using the technology otherwise, because we are limited in our technology resources as well. But moving forward, this is sort of, me checking in with the public and saying, hey, Forgotten Genius Productions is working on this project, that project, the other project. We've got this person doing some stand-up stuff. We got this show, that show, and the other. And this person's doing some article writing. I did some technical writing work the other day. And so I'm going to have an article that, it's not under my name. I did a little bit of, quality tech writing, professional level tech writing for an industry that I don't really understand that well, but I know English, I know the language, I know the media, and so yeah, I think we're going to see some publication there. I don't know. It's just a submission right now, but I'm hopeful and I'm optimistic, and I think that we're going to see a publication. So that'll be fun, right? Grant, I didn't stream it. I didn't broadcast that live for you, but so that is actually going to afford us. That is going to be done in, hopefully afford us the modem that will alleviate some of these connection issues that we've had. And some of the kitty cam broadcasts were just insanity. I went on there today, and there was just so many broken streams because of the, continuity issues with the current network hardware. And so I'm going to upgrade the network hardware. I'm going to get the direct line in there, and that's happening. I know we've been saying that's happening for a while, but that's really happening this time. I did some tech writing work while I wasn't broadcasting the other day. I did some actual second job as a second job, not just the improving my first job as a second job stuff. So that's the thing. I'm really doing this. I'm really doing this work and improving my employability there. If you go to benlive.tv, the resume's on there. And the Ben Live broadcast is the actively evolving, ongoing enhancement content stream. This is proof of concept. I'm going to build the audience and get the content out there for you, and with as much time and resources that I have available, I'm going to put that in for you and see what I can do with Ben Live. And it'd be neat if it became a self-sustaining primary function for me. Ben's Freedom is the number one budget line item, and that's just because that's the best thing for the project, is if I'm working on it 24/7, within reason, obviously. It's good for the project for me to be a human being who sleeps and has a personal life as well. But beyond that, it's not good for the project, really, for me to be trading my time for less than it's worth out of necessity. So let's alleviate the necessities through sustainable resource models. Eventually, yes, but initially, $300 a week should be a pretty easy revenue stream. And that moves us into the missing question there, and we're not going to do a full video on it, but I can give you about 6 minutes here and tell you how you can help. Okay, go to the PayPal, benlive.tv. I've got PayPal links for you. If it's $10, $100, $1,000, or $10,000. Whatever your discretionary level is, no judgments, one way or another. If you only have the $1, if the $10 outside of your range, you can actually edit. You can click on that and edit it down to $1. But I'm going to tell you right now, if that's what you have, just keep that. You need that. I'm in that position. I understand that. I empathize. I believe in and support a lot of causes, but unfortunately, economically, I don't have the resources to give. And so I relate to that, and I understand. What you can do is free. You can share and you can comment and you can engage with us on the networks, and give me the support. If I'm doing something right, tell me, and if I'm doing something you'd like me to be doing some other way, let me know, and I will consider it. I mean, you can see this is an ongoing enhancement thing, and there are people who have made suggestions that I've taken into mind, and that's what as I knock over. Sorry. That's why we have these sorts of things. The live Periscope stream, as I so gracefully show you, we have our everything device there on screen, ready to go. But we have the overall news desk, and we're going to be doing some headline type content. And so how you can help is however you help. If you have the ideas and the creative vision and anything to contribute in that way, please do. I'm open to hearing it. I want that. That's what I want. I want collaboration, of course. If you want to be a guest, if you want to be a forgotten genius, you probably don't want to be the forgotten part, but if you want to, if you are a genius, if you have the high intelligence quotient individual and you want to, have a larger voice, have an opportunity to share something, if maybe you struggle to communicate publicly in the way that I can, then you might be able to communicate with me privately, and then we can share your ideas publicly. That's it's a thing. I'm very good at that. I relate well in a communicative way with people who might be, gifted in ways that aren't language accessible. Some people are just they're very logical, very reasoned, very analytical, and you have to communicate with them in certain ways, and it's just, I don't know. I can do these things. You're watching me do it live. That's the reality. Why broadcast Ben live? Because I have to. I do. I have to do this because I have to do something. I can't just sit back and, okay, well, my first job's not enough. Well, I guess I'll get a second job then and just have a second job forever. I mean, when do I have a life then? It's just, that's not an acceptable solution to this. I need a better job. I need a more equitable job. I need, a position where my 40 hours of my life is valued enough to, sustain my existence. I get that. I like, kind of fancy things. But this is, my neat toys are pretty cheap right here. You're seeing some pretty low budget efforts. And I make it work. That's the thing. I have to. So how can you help? Just throw the money at me. We'll take it. I got no pride. Can't afford pride. It's a luxury of the rich. Just like altruism. Altruism is a luxury of the rich too. But hey, maybe you got a little bit extra left over. I find a little bit out of $300 a week. I support the operations here, and then beyond that, I kind of enhance things as we go, and maybe you trim off a little bit here and there, and you want to just make sure that this keeps going. You want to see something happen. That's cool. I have a wish list. Kind of, it's working out. I have to look into the technology. It's difficult to find these camcorders that we're going to be able to stream without having to get a media capture device, which maybe it's good in the long run that to get a media capture device. It's looking about $100 or something, but I'm try to find one that I can do it directly. That would be the ideal solution. So I don't know. Maybe we'll just get a better webcam and we'll do it that way, and then we'll have to get some sort of camcorder as well. And the camcorder we're looking at is like $130. So if we can keep it under $200 and have a new webcam as well, that'd be pretty good. Something that I can get some distance away from the laptop would be ideal. I'd like to even bring the laptop in closer, honestly. I think it'd be better if I had a screen right there of my own. I think you'd like that more as well, in like a teleprompter sort of situation, I think that might be helpful, considering this is a live broadcast. I wouldn't have to put my outlines up on the box for you all the time. You can't even read that on a small screen. I understand. That's fine. I'm reading it on the screen right here. So, it's just... Why broadcast Ben live? Because I'm Ben and I'm alive. And I think the world should know. I think it should be a public experience because why not? Why not live in public? On the internet, the technology exists, and if you throw pesos our way, or whatever it is that constitutes currency where you are, you put the money in the PayPals for us, and you will see us put it into technology. And if that's a HoloLens, that will be awesome, and we'll sit here and we'll do that, or whatever version of it, the Oculus or one of those. It doesn't have to be branded, whatever you want. If you're a technologist and you got it, if you're a hardware seller or manufacturer and you want to send it our way, we'll review it. By all means, just understand it's going to be honest. I have journalistic integrity you're going to have to deal with. We're not just full-on marketing, advertising, any sort of garbage. I do that to make a living, and as long as I'm still doing that to make a living, I can, afford the integrity here. And I think that I'll keep doing it that way until this pays for itself and maintains its integrity. Thanks. Same reason I'm not going to the bank for a loan. But if you want to just give us stuff because you make cool things, we like cool things, and I'll tell you how cool it is. If you're confident in your stuff, then, and if you're selling it, you should be. So we'll take it when we buy stuff, but we don't. Anyway. Thanks for watching the shorts, the series of shorts there. Appreciate it. The About Ben Live. Actually pulled it in 9 a.m. until noon, right at like 12:01 now, so that's cool, huh? Pretty good broadcast for the day, broken up into shorts. And now, tomorrow, if you tune in 9 a.m. till noon, what do you think you're going to see but a bunch of videos getting spread throughout the interwebs? I wonder where I'm going to find them. Kitty's music, right? That's what I promised. That's what you'll get one last time for the day before we break the broadcast. But the week is just starting. It's Thursday. So I will be here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. until noon Eastern Standard Time. You are watching Ben Live. .tv on the interwebs. Thank you for tuning in. Honestly, I know it's popular to say this now, but I was saying it before it was cool because it's true. The reality is, I love you guys. You're awesome. And just watch some kitties for a while, and I'll roll some music for you.